Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of the pending motion and in support of a more ethical State House. This is a very easy one. LD 1902, an act to define the term Caucus Political Action Committee. It's a definition. We have areas in statute where the phrase caucus PAC, caucus campaign committee, and party caucus political action committee are referred to. The problem here is we don't define what a caucus PAC is. It's a phrase we throw around a lot here at the State House. Party caucuses here in the Maine legislature on both sides of the aisle have used political action committees or PACs to promote the party nominees of their respective caucuses. The law needs to reflect the type of PAC that is used, especially since legislators are involved. It needs to be clear what it is to prevent any future issues or confusion around what is allowed and what is not allowed. This bill defines a caucus PAC as a political action committee designated by a party leader in the legislature to promote the election of the nominees of the party leader's political action party to the Senate or the House of Representatives. It allows each appointed leader of a political party in the Senate or House of Representatives to designate one caucus political action committee to promote the election of nominees of that appointed leader's political party to the body of the legislature of which that appointed leader is a member. Now, if that sounds familiar, Mr. President, it should, because it's exactly what is taking place right now. It's what Republicans in this chamber are doing right now. It's what Democrats are doing in this chamber right now. What is so wrong with defining what we are already doing? It seems like it's a pretty common sense matter to me. So to recap, what is before you is a simple definition. You can't regulate or provide oversight to something that doesn't exist in statute. As chair of government oversight, I look for ways to streamline government and make it run more efficiently. Sometimes that requires taking a red pen and going line by line through statute to find loopholes and omissions to determine what needs fixing. No better example of that than the bill before you. The Maine Ethics Commission believes this clarification in state law is critical for them to be able to do their job of enforcement of ethics and campaign finance rules, meaning they can't effectively do their job without this bill, as articulated in the testimony from the Commission on your desk. In 2017, the Maine Ethics Commission actually proposed that this issue be addressed, but action wasn't taken. Well, I hope now is the time we can make it happen. And this should not be a Democrat versus Republican issue. The committee report before you is actually bipartisan. Ethics, and in particular, strengthening our ethics rules, should not be up for partisan fodder, but should be a great unifier in our democratic society. This should bring us together. If we can't agree on a vocabulary lesson, what can we agree on? I know folks in this chamber, whether you come from a rural district or an urban one, whether you are progressive or conservative, care deeply about this institution we have the pleasure of serving in. As a member of the Senate Ethics Committee, I value being held to a higher ethical standard, and I know many of you do as well. What binds us together in this chamber is our commitment to public service. Let us use that and let that be a guide as we vote on this bill today. Now, if you're going to oppose this bill, I'd like to ask you to think about a few things. And actually, I'd love to hear from you why you oppose this bill, because I would love to know why we would want a less ethical State House, why we shouldn't be giving the Maine Ethics Commission the tools they need to do their job, why the Maine Ethics Commission is wrong, why you don't think, as legislators, we need to follow the rules, why you don't think, as legislators, we need to be held accountable. That is the message you will send if you vote against this bill. If you don't pass this bill, we are saying to our constituents, we are above the law. Legislators are above following the rules. Everyone else has to follow them, but not us. And I think that's wrong. If we vote this down, caucus PACs will continue to operate without proper oversight. Please join me in choosing a more, not less, ethical State House. Thank you, Mr. President.